talking about spirituality. Hence the hat. Yeah, I don't know what that means. So I think I first noticed, I was in a coffee shop and I saw this young girl and she had this jacket, and on the back of the jacket it had like the astrology symbols, and it had like the word healing, and it had the word peace, and it had all these like beautiful words on it. And she was super young, maybe like 13 or something. And I remember thinking, the younger generations, they're catching on, you know, the spirituality, the healing of it, the beauty of knowing that this is not just a physical world, or it's not just a mental world, but that there's spirit world, right? And I saw it again, you know, it might just be a reinforcing belief, right? Like I might just be, like I saw it, so then I saw it again, and then you see it again, you know, how that happens, because almost like your brain is sort of looking for it. Maybe these younger generations, this is good, you know, maybe they just want to be nice to each other, and maybe they want to be kind, and maybe from such a young age we can stop things like bullying, and in essence, you know, like the golden rule, like how I treat you is how I will be treated, right? I also see how the spirituality, because again, I only talk about things that I have seen in myself. So I realized I started talking to my friend, and I was saying about our other friend, I was like, you know, I feel like she isn't looking at the spiritual side of things, and it hurts me because I feel like the spirit is trying to send her a message, right? And I was telling my friend this, and I remember thinking like, oh my gosh, I have become like, the way I'm talking right now, I'm being like a spiritual like snob in essence, right? Like I'm like, oh, this is what the spiritual world is trying to say. And it's almost like this spirituality has become another version of creating a new otherness, right? But now it's like, I'm spiritual and you're not, so I'm right and you're wrong, right? Like it's just become another version of the same thing that we humans have been doing over and over and over and over again. If you're on a spiritual journey, it's you alone that must walk that path. The spiritual journey is the journey inward, right? It is the journey of going within yourself and seeing what exists, you know, beyond, seeing what exists in the stillness, seeing all the parts of you that need to be healed. It's going within yourself. And, you know, we as people, and me, right, I cannot say, oh, I'm on this journey, but you're not, so that means something's wrong with you, right? Because that's not the case. Right? We are all on these very different journeys, and there's no right way to do it. There just isn't, right? So if you're spiritual and your friend is not, or, you know, in my case, I'm spiritual and my friend is not, like that doesn't matter. Like spirituality can be something as simple as she's nice to other people, I'm nice to other people. That's spirituality too, right? Like, I just think that because it's become such a fad now, because it's become so, you know, widespread, now we're making other people wrong, and I am guilty of it, where they are feeling superior to others because they're saying they're on a spiritual journey and they don't think that somebody else is. Although maybe that person's spiritual journey just doesn't look like yours or mine, right? Maybe it just doesn't look the same. I am trying, you know, to learn that everyone is on their own journey, and truly there is no right way to connect with spirit or God or love or all of these things that are, you know, so great and full of light. You know, there are other ways to connect with that. And they're, you know, it's the same thing that religion did to people years ago. It's why my generation doesn't want to choose a religion, because we saw that religion was us or them. Us or them. stumble our way and mess up and screw up, and we're going to do all these things, and hopefully that's going to lead us to our connection with each other, which, is at the end of the day, I think really what we all do want and need is just to be connected with each other. And I found in my head the judgment that I've felt for other people who I see are interested in, not growing in their spirit or praying or meditating or doing yoga, and they're not into these things, and I judge them, right? I instantly put them in like a place like, oh, not spiritual, or right? And that's not okay. It's not okay, because they're on, like I said, they're on their own path. And just because it doesn't look like mine, it's not wrong. And so I am learning to stop that judgment, before it grows into something. And I ask you to stop that judgment before it grows into something, because the whole point of the spiritual journey is connectedness. And when we are separating ourselves from others, we are just separating. We are just growing in all of the mistakes of the past religions, and we're just redoing history. So that is what I have to say about that. But if you are on your spiritual journey, I hope you continue, and I hope you go inward and you find that light in you that is just so beautiful and strong, and I hope you shine it on everyone around you, with loving acceptance and kindness. And I am certainly working on that, because there is, my mind, it judges, and it does 100%. So that is something that I am working on. So I invite you to work on it as well.